Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Your Guess, Your Miss. I'm Tracy, and today we're gonna have a little bit of fun because sometimes life gets serious. We've talked about healing, we've talked about growth, we've talked about becoming, but today I want to talk about something that's been making me laugh a lot lately. And the title says all. Outside is ghetto. Now, before anybody gets offended, I'm joking. Kinda. But if you've been outside lately, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The funny thing is, there was a time when I thought I needed to get out more, go somewhere, go there, be seen, meet people, do all the things. And don't get me wrong, I still enjoy going out. I like a good brunch, like anybody. I like a good rooftop, a nice dinner, getting dressed up, putting a cute outfit on, just feeling good. I like being outside sometimes. But I realize something. Sometimes I think I want to go outside, but then I go outside and immediately remember why I was happy in my house. Not because I don't enjoy people or because I don't enjoy life, but because outside can be exhausted. Leave the house in a good mood, come back with stories, and not always good ones. Sometimes funny stories, confusing stories, stories that make you stare at the wall and ask yourself, what just happened? Okay? So, can we talk about the men that stares? Because what are we doing? You ever be minding your business and look up and somebody has been staring at you the whole time? Looking, look away, they look again, they look some more, and then suddenly nothing. Sir, are we communicating telepathically? Because if not, I don't know what you have planned. I don't know what the plan is. You're looking at me, I'm looking at you, and now we're both looking around awkwardly. What was the goal here? Because if you're interested, say hello, wave, nod, drop a napkin, do something. But don't sit there looking at me for 45 minutes and then act like we're participating in some silent movie. I promise you, I'm just as confused as you are. But before anybody start saying, well, maybe you don't show that you're interested. Let me tell you. Because I know how to give a signal. I'll smile, I'll make eye contact, I'll look over once, twice. I make it very clear that you're not bothering me. That's signal. That's me saying, okay, sir, the door is unlocked. Time for you to walk through it. Now, am I going to walk over there? No. Am I going to introduce myself? Probably not. Maybe I'm old-fashioned, and that's just me. Maybe it's just how I was raised. But I still believe if you're interested, you should approach. I'm not hunting, I'm not chasing, I'm not applying for the position. I'll let you know I'm interested. After that, the ball is in your court. Because if we're both sitting there waiting for the other person to make the first move, we're going to be staring at each other until the restaurant closes. And I think that's why outside feels a little ghetto to me. Because everybody's interested, nobody's moving, everybody's waiting for everybody else, and then everybody goes home. And that's just my signal. And there may be other females that give more signals, and guys still does not approach. Then there are the guys that wait until you're leaving. Now this one really confuses me. I've been sitting there for 2 hours, finished my food, finished my drink, had my conversation, pay my bill, grab my purse, walk into my car, open my car door, and suddenly, excuse me, hey, beautiful. Listen, right now, where was that an hour ago? Where were you when I was sitting right there? Where were you when I was ordering my appetizer? Where were you when I was ordering dessert? Now I'm mentally already at home, thinking about putting my PJs, a shower, what I'm going to do when I get home, about the snacks or something, thinking about what show I'm about to watch, getting comfortable. And now you want to be brave? What happened? Did confidence arrive with the check? Like, what are we doing? So now let me just go lay out what I see, okay? Because now we have the inconsistency one. Because that's another reason why outside is ghetto. You meet somebody, conversation is great, they're interested, you're interested, everything seems normal, then suddenly nothing. Gone, silent, missing. Then a week later, hey stranger. What? I'm not a stranger. You disappeared. There's a difference. Because last time I checked, we were having a conversation. And now you're popping back up like nothing happened? No explanation? No context? Just vibe? Whoa, man. And maybe it's just me. But I don't understand that. If you're interested, be interested. If you're not, that's okay too. But this disappearing and reappearing thing, we're too grown for some hide and go seek, okay? And I think this one is the one that irks me the most. The married men. Lord, help us. Because why is it that some people conveniently forget that they were married and they have a whole wife? Not a girlfriend, not somebody they're talking to, not a half a wife, okay? An actual wife. That feels like important information. That feels like something that you should be mentioning in an opening conversation. Not after we've been talking, not after you've been flirting, not after you were testing the water, right away. Because you are married. Respectfully, I'm going to need to return you to sender. Because you choose that person to be your wife. So you need to respect that person as your wife. Not because what's out here in the street. Don't entertain that. That's who you choose. Then we have, I want attention but not commitment. I'm just cracking myself up with these things today. I'm not sure. The men that want all the benefit of the relationship without actually being in one. This one confused me too. Because they will tell you, I'm not really looking for anything serious. Okay, cool. Fair enough. Thank you for your honesty. But then they want daily conversation, good morning texts, good night texts, phone call, emotional support, easy access, but not matching your time and your energy. Those are called relationship benefits. You don't get the entire package while claiming you don't want the package. That's not how this works. Well, the older I get, the less interested I am in situations that don't know what they are. You're not ready. That's okay. But if you're figuring things out, that's okay too. But don't invite me into confusion. Because confusion is expensive. It costs time. It costs energy. And sometimes it costs me my peace. And I love my peace. So now before the man come for me in the comments, okay, let me be fair. Because I know some of y'all are listening right now thinking, Tracy, it's not that simple. And honestly, you're probably right. Because I've also seen women be rude for absolutely no reason. I've seen women embarrass men for approaching them. I've seen women laugh at them. I've seen women post them online. I've seen women act like somebody committed a crime just because they said hello. And if I was a man, I probably wouldn't want to approach anybody either. Because rejection is one thing. Public humiliation is something else. And I think sometimes we forget that courage goes both ways. It takes courage to walk up to somebody, it takes courage to start a conversation, it takes courage to risk hearing no. So while I'm over here wondering why some men don't approach, I can also understand why some men don't. Some people have made it feel unsafe to even try. And that's sad. A respectful approach shouldn't feel like a public risk. People should be able to say hello. People should be able to shoot their shot. People should be able to respectfully hear no and keep it moving without becoming someone else's social media content. So yes, I'm going to be fair. Everybody out here contributes a little something to why outside is ghetto. This episode isn't really about them. It's about me. And maybe it's about you too. Because I realized something. The older I get, the less interested I am in chaos. I don't want confusion. I don't want mixed signal. I don't want to decode text messages. I don't want to wonder where I stand. I don't want to convince anybody to see me differently or see my value. I'm tired. And not being tired in a bad way. Tired of things that require unnecessary effort. The older I get, the more I realize peace is expensive. Not money expensive, energy expensive. And once you work hard to create peace in your life, you become a lot more careful about what get access to it. I think that's a good thing. Because I used to think protecting your peace mean you were closed off. Now I realize protecting your peace mean you're paying attention. You're paying attention to how people make you feel. Paying attention to what drains you. Paying attention to what adds values to your life. And not everything deserves access anymore. And maybe that's why being by myself doesn't bother me the way it used to. I've learned how to enjoy my own company. Learn how to take myself out. Learn how to enjoy the quiet days. How to go places because I wanted to be there. Not because I'm open to meet somebody. That's been one of the best changes in my life. Because when you're constantly looking for something, you miss what's right in front of you. You miss the meal, the music, the moments, the experience. Because your focus is somewhere else. And I think for a long time, a lot of us thought that every outing had to lead somewhere. Every conversation had to become something. Every connection had to become something bigger. Now, I don't feel that way anymore. If I go out and have a good time, that's enough. If I meet somebody, great, that's a bonus. If I don't, I still have a good time. And honestly, that's freedom. Because now I'm not putting pressure on every interaction. I'm not sitting there wondering, could this be the person? I'm just enjoying life. And that's one of the healthiest places I've ever been. I don't know about you, but for me, I don't want 100 conversations. I want one good one. I don't want 100 dates. I want one meaningful connection. I don't want attention. I want intention. See the difference there? I don't want potential. I want consistency. And I think that's what maturity looks like. Not becoming harder, not becoming bitter, just becoming clearer. Because when you're younger, potential sounds exciting, right? Now, consistently sound exciting to me. A text back sound excited, a follow through sound excited, doing what you said you were going to do sound excited, emotional maturity sound excited, honestly sound excited, communication sound excited. Maybe that doesn't sound romantic, but it sure does sound peaceful. And if I'm being really honest. I think peace is sexy. Peaceful people are attractive. People that know who they are attractive. People that don't play games are attractive. People that don't leave you guessing are attractive. And that's why my standards have changed. Not because I'm asking for more, but because I understand better what actually matters. Now, don't get me wrong. I still believe in love. I still believe my person exists. I still smile. I still go out. I still meet people. I'm still open, very open. I just refuse to lower my standard because I'm lonely. And I think that's an important difference. Because being open doesn't mean accepting anything. Being hopeful doesn't mean being desperate. And being single doesn't mean settling for whatever shows up. I'm just not forcing anything anymore. And I think that's the difference. Because there was a time when every interaction felt important. Every new conversation felt important. Every possibility felt important. Not so much now. Because I've learned that what's meant for me doesn't need my help being meant for me. Because I don't feel like chasing anymore. I don't feel like I'm trying to convince life to hurry up and send me my somebody. I've stopped going places long ago hoping to find my person. Now I go places to enjoy life and people watch based on what I've seen. And if my person happens to show up, that's a bonus. Life is happening right now. Not after the relationship, not after the engagement, not after the marriage, not after the perfect timing. Right now. Come to think of it, maybe outside isn't ghetto. Maybe I just reach a point where my peace matters more than my curiosity. Maybe I reach a point where consistency is attractive. Effort is attractive. Kindness is attractive. Clarity is extremely attractive. Emotional maturity is extremely attractive. Follow through is attractive. Doing what you say you're going to do, what you say, attractive. That's not asking for too much. That's just knowing what I deserve. Because once you've worked hard to create peace in your life, you become very protective of it. And to be truthful, I think that's where I am. I'm not looking for excitement. I'm looking for alignment. I'm not looking for chaos. I'm looking for peace. And if something disturbed my peace, it probably isn't for me. So if you've been feeling frustrated with dating, if you've been tired of mixed signals, you've been tired of inconsistency, and you've been tired of people staring and saying absolutely nothing, I'm right there with you. And if you're in a season where you're choosing yourself, protecting your peace, and enjoying your own company, you are not doing anything wrong. You are not missing out. You're just becoming clearer about what belongs in your life. So keep living your life. Keep enjoying yourself. Keep taking yourself out. Keep laughing. Keep making those memories. Keep protecting your peace. And keep leaving room for the right person to find you. Before I go, did I miss anything? Because I know I can't be the only one with stories. What other scenario have you seen out there? The man who stare and never speak? The one who waits until you're leaving? The married ones? The inconsistently ones? The women who are making approaching feeling impossible? What did I miss? Drop it in the comment, because at this point, I think we're all just trying to survive outside together. Thank you so much for sitting with me with another episode of Your Guess, Your Mess. Don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all the places. And if you've ever experienced any of this, drop a comment and let me know, because I know I can't be the only one. I'll see you next week. And remember, outside might be ghetto, but I'm not giving up on love. I'm just refusing to lose my peace looking for it.